Welcome to another vlog of backlogged videos and clips from March that I haven't gotten around to putting effort into filming before I go on vacation. Into a different outfit to go out for dinner with my friends.
Turn right. Experience only ever if you're delirious.
Le Petit Chef was an immersive theater and dining experience where there's like projectors that project this whole immersive theater component onto your plate. There's four petit chefs who cook up your meal, all the courses. So there was an appetizer, two entree dishes, I guess, and a dessert dish.
Edible food.
呢邊加拿大嘛係嘛？
唔係
美國啊？
嚇，白色衫係美國，洛杉磯嘅。
Hello, editing Monique coming in here to do a quick story time because I'm sure I'm gonna forget about this in a couple years. Most unexpected thing to have ever happen on a flight anywhere. So basically my flight from Vancouver to Hong Kong had a layover in Korea Incheon Airport because I was flying with Korean Air. I walked through the airport into the lounge and then the first thing I see, which is already unexpected, were the Ha sisters. I didn't go up to say hi or anything because I'm sure they're also waiting for a flight and tired from travels. And I looked like a mess. So a few minutes later, there was a K-pop group that walked into the lounge. You can tell that they were a K-pop group because of how they were dressed. They also had their managers with them. I was sat in the middle table and they were sat across from me in the room and they were near the Ha sisters. I don't know who this boy group was at that time, and then I tried to see like on Twitter the departure press that they always have, and so I found out this was the boy group Tempest and they were flying to Hong Kong for KCON, which was happening the same weekend that I was flying into Hong Kong. And I had no idea at this point. I had no idea at all. I found out they were flying for KCON and I was like telling my mom and my aunt back in Hong Kong. I was like, oh, I'm in the same lounge as this K-pop group Tempest. So you didn't take any photos of them or anything because of their privacy. And yeah, I'm sure they're also trying to rest before their flight to Hong Kong. There were a few other fans that were booking the same flight as them or booking to be in the same, I guess like airport lounge, to be able to be in the airport lounge as they were when they were in there. But yeah, so that was just the lounge experience, and then I just took a break, had some snacks, and then walked to my gate. I noticed at the gate there were also a lot of fans, and I was like, I'm flying to Hong Kong. That Tempest is also flying to Hong Kong for the KCON, and I didn't see them coming into the gate area at that time. Another group walks in, proceeds to line up at the gate because we were almost getting ready for pre-boarding. I don't really recognize them, so a lot of fans were there. They didn't have signs or anything, but the fans had really big like DSLRs. The group was very nice to the fans. I think they posed for photos and were having chats with them. And then once they got onto the plane, so they were the first group, the first people to get on the plane. As I got to line up to get onto the plane, one of the managers were behind me, so I was like, oh sorry, what group was that just went in? And they said boy next door. Yeah, so that was that. Tempest ended up also being on that flight. And then I was getting settled in on my seat, and I see other people walk in with their managers. I don't recognize them, but then I recognized 10 who was with, I think, 2 others. I didn't recognize them. I didn't know which NCT or which group subunit, I guess. And I didn't look at the KCON lineup. So yeah. So in Korean Air, the business class seats, you can raise up a kind of like a wall between you and the seat next to you. And one of the managers came and raised up the wall. Oh, there must be someone sitting there. And it was Yena from IZ*ONE. In the end, the manager switched seats with her, so she was sat with one of her other female managers, and I was sat next to the manager, which was kind of sad. Not sad, but unfortunate. And then because in the same row there were 2 other idols, manager, me, and another passenger, and the passenger got to sit next to one of the male idols. Yeah, so touchdown in Hong Kong airport, and right away, right outside the arrival gate, like when you get off the plane through the ramp and about to walk through the airport, there were a bunch of fans, and that's when I realized it was 2 other people from WayV that was with 10. So they were coming with WayV to attend KCON, and there was, I think, Henry, and the other member was called Xiaojun. I'm probably butchering his name, but the fans are yelling for him. And there isn't much to the rest of the story because I was rushing to get through immigration, so I left. I didn't wait for them to get off the plane or anything. But there were fans that did book around the area that we were sitting in, so I think most of the idols were sat in the business class area, but there were some fans that booked for first class, probably hoping that some of their idols were sitting there too. And they did have large cameras, and I saw a few that were boarding after me that also carried large cameras onto the plane. If I was an idol, I would think I would be kind of uncomfortable to have fans with large cameras on my flight, but it was a very interesting experience. Probably the only chance you'll get to meet an idol this close in person, outside of a concert context, unless like another celebrity is coincidentally on my flight. That's my quick story time in case I forget this in the future. Yeah. Only downside, I was sat next to a manager. This happened, I was on a flight with a bunch of K-pop idols, and even though I didn't know who they were in the first place. But anyway, thanks for listening to my quick story time, and this is probably the most I've talked in a vlog. A lot of my friends say I don't talk, but that's because I like to watch vlogs too that don't have much talking. Like if they have a lot of talking, I just zone out. And other than like this kind of story time, I don't have much to say. Yeah, thanks.
That I'm the one who's to blame. Going the extra lengths just to trouble